Yeah, thanks, Linga. Thanks everybody for being here. This is, probably by far the toughest press conference I've had to do in my career. It's, we've lost a loved member of our family. Listening to your stories while you're sitting here, I mean, I think we'll always be remembered for a guy that had a hell of a lot of energy, always up for a joke. He was for very long. He was the heart and soul of this team. I mean, he basically trademarked the Blacks chant that is still going today. I got a little emotional when the team actually did it again today before training, because it brings back so many memories. Not to talk even about him doing the I'm a Billy after a Vodacom Bulls win, and the passion he had there. But if I look on the groups today, firstly, I mean, all the messages that we get from all over, he was such the loved person by everybody. I don't think anybody in this room or outside can say anything bad about Cornal. And I mean, that's testimony to the person he is. As little as about a week ago, I was speaking to Cornal about possibly a role here after rugby, because we know what he can add. So it's a great shock that the news came this morning. Thoughts and prayers are obviously with Stephanie, his wife, and 3 kids. I don't think there's words that can console them at this time, and I think we can just show our respect to them as a family, the person that Cornal was. He will be unbelievably missed, and just the way Cornal was always the same person, whether he was selected or not. And I think that's a testimony to well, it's a great example that was set to younger players. I mean, I remember a video that was sent on the group the morning of the match against the Stormers last year, which was a sold-out match. And he was in his yard and he threw himself with water and he was without a shirt and he did the I'm a Billy with the most passion you can ever see. I think that really shows him as a person. So yeah, he'll be missed. But he won't be forgotten. Gladly take any questions, please.
Can I kind of ask you just the sense of the feeling amongst players, because he was quite close with a lot of players. In fact, the whole squad, any player they played with. Do you have an idea of what the sense is like amongst the players now?
I mean, I think it goes without saying that it's great sadness. There was a somber mood around the camp this morning. So I mean, we had a light training session this morning, and the rest of the day will be off. I think it's very hard for anybody to focus at this stage with the news only breaking this morning. So I think we'll regroup. In fact, again tomorrow, I think it makes you realize again there's bigger things than rugby, but it's just a sport.
Can I ask my last question? Back then, I was privileged to be here when you guys invited him, announced him, launched him here. Back then, wasn't it an easy decision for this union to sign Cornal Hendricks, knowing his background and his medical situation back then?
Well, I mean, I need to state it categorically that it was at that stage, we got medical advice from Dr. Vodacom, and we got that on a yearly basis as well, getting cleared. And the reality always was that rugby won't make it worse. That there will always be an issue with his heart, and whether he plays rugby, whether he doesn't play rugby, it could have an impact in the long term.
You're saying that, I mean, with the Cornal, we all knew was happy to accept the risks that came with that as well. And I don't think it did, as far as I know, it didn't feature ever in the team environment as an issue.
No, so not at all. Not at all. And, these things can obviously, there's no perfect time for it to happen, but as close as the Bulls was to Cornal's heart, that close Boland was to his heart. And for him to be there to get them back into Currie Cup, it was a really good thing.
I know it's early days, but have you guys thought of any sort of tribute on Saturday in the game?
Yeah, Brendan, I mean, it's, as you know, it goes through a process, but there will definitely be something on Saturday.
Obviously, I mean, I know Cornal quite well. After you stop playing professional rugby, you obviously all go in your own bubble, your own way. I mean, isn't this a good opportunity for rugby teams and clubs to start reuniting all of the ex-players to get behind all of the franchises? Because South African rugby, in certain extents, obviously are struggling. But, I mean, using a guy like Cornal, I mean, every time I go on social media, you see all of the tributes that's been given to him. Isn't this a time for former players, coaches, to start reuniting and start getting behind our professional teams? Because a guy like Cornal is testament to how he loved rugby and how he loved the professional teams. Doesn't matter if he played for the Bulls or back at Woodland. So yeah, I don't know if that's something that can be put in place.
100%. Again, as I say, I think Cornal embodied the spirit of what rugby should be. And I think we must never forget that. That's with internal fighting, politics, whatever it might be. Rugby is a game to be enjoyed by all, and to provide entertainment on a weekend for everybody. And I think Cornal always showed that on the field. He had some great performances, not just for us, for the Springboks, Blitzboks, Boland, Cheetahs, but always with a smile on his face, you know. But at the end of the day, it's a privilege to play the sport. It's a privilege to be involved in it, so that must never be forgotten.
I think 2021 was a special year. If I recall, he was named Cup Player of the Year.
He was man of the match in the Currie Cup final that year, yeah, against the Sharks.
And he also shared the Player of the Year award with Marco, if I've got correctly.
Yeah, I don't know. Your memory might be better than mine, Tracy.
But it probably shows the type of player he was on the field. Sorry, Edgar, I thought about this and I'm thinking, if I've been insensitive by making the statement, he had a heart of steel on the field or so.
And he had a heart of gold off it. So, yeah, look, I think if there was a team man of the year award every year, he would have won it every year he was here.
Edgar, ek wil net nou in jou toespraak ek iewers gesê, hy was die hart en die siel van die span gewees. Ek onthou hy daai jaar wat die Bulle-Leinster in Dublin gaan wen het, ons in daai week met hom gepraat het. En wat hy toe gesê het, nee, maar hy en die ander manne het hulle tasse vir 2 weke gepak. Hulle kom nie terug Pretoria toe nie, hulle gaan af Kaap toe ook nog. Hoe belangrik was dit in daai stadium? Jy weet, jy het niet aangekom by die Bulle, Jake was net aangestel gewees om 'n ou soos Cornal in die kleedkamer te hê wat
weer eens, is ongelooflik die rol wat senior spelers in 'n span speel. Ek dink dis hoekom ons probeer daai balans uit tussen ouer ouens en jonger ouens, want daai voorbeeld wat gestel word deur die ouer ouens en die manne wat nog steeds hier is, byvoorbeeld in 'n saamkaar van positief bly deur alles, as jy gekies word, nie gekies word, jy bly dieselfde persoon. Ek dink dit is waardevolle lesse vir jou weierspan. En ek dink iemand het dit beter But persoonlik as Cornal.
Edgar, his family, is there any way that we can maybe contribute to, something for them to make sure that they're taken care of, and are they being taken care of as well?
Yeah, look, so we in the discussion with the family as well as with our shareholders as to how we can support. So as soon as we've got clarity on how we can support and what we can do going forward, that will be shared to the media, and we can take it from there. Thank you for that.
On the same breath, he also had a foundation. Guys that maybe to get involved somewhere there as well.
100%. I mean, he probably left us in September last year, and him and Devon still run soup kitchens in Pretoria. So that again, it just shows the heart of the guy. Yeah, so I think, that's the reality of it. It's his family, but he was caring for a lot of other people. That's not his blood family, but that he was looking after.
Ek vervra met ter helge van die Afrikaanse vlak. Is hulle emosioneel oor die situasie? Hoe groot van 'n terugslag is dit vir hierdie unie, vir julle as spelers mens hier by die unie om 'n voormalige speler soos Cornal Hendricks te verloor? Hulle twee in die familie.
Dus dit is presies dit. Dit voel soos doodeng familie vandag. Dit is Cornal was 'n groot deel van hierdie familie, en alhoewel hy nou die laaste paar maande terug in Wellington was, is daai band nie gebreek nie. So ja, ek dink dit is 'n emosionele dag vir die bond.
You guys are obviously quite cut up right here, right now. Do you guys take any satisfaction out of having sort of bought the last chapter of his life, rugby life, that is obviously out there? The opportunity to play for so long without.
So obviously, I mean, for him to live out his passion is a great thing. I mean, for us to take credit for it would be totally wrong. Knowing the person that Cornal is, he would have found a way to live out this passion, whether it was at the Bulls or somewhere else. He's got such a strong will that medical advice he would have gotten on his own, and he would have got somewhere else to play. Even if it was just club rugby, that would have been enough for him because he loved the game. So no, I wouldn't at this stage want to take as a Bulls